Welcome to the newsroom on CNN Philippines. In the news, the military confirms President Duterte's statement on the spillover of violence in Maguindanao, but local authorities are saying otherwise. A massive brushfire forces hundreds to flee homes in Los Angeles, California. And celebrity doctors Hayden Ko and Vicky Bello are tying the knot in the City of Lights.
This program is presented by Bank of Commerce, an affiliate of San Miguel Corporation.
Good evening, I'm Maute Rodriguez. Thanks for joining us. Is there a spillover of violence in the town of Buldon in Maguindanao? President Rodrigo Duterte made a statement yesterday which was promptly confirmed by the Western Mindanao Command. But as CNN Philippines talked to local authorities and military officials on the ground, there are no clashes or terror groups in Buldon. Our Rex Remitio has this story.
President Duterte, in a speech on Friday, said he is considering to lift martial law in Mindanao. But a possible spillover of violence in the autonomous region of Muslim Mindanao is holding him back.
I was thinking that we could, lift it earlier, but the way it looks, parang may spillover na sa army, sa Buldon.
Buldon is a town in Maguindanao, 130 kilometers south of Marawi, the ground zero of an ongoing battle between government forces and Maute fighters. The Western Mindanao Command confirms to CNN Philippines the President's statement.
We agree with the President na talagang yung Maute at saka ISIS group, their influence is also extended to Central Mindanao. That's why the MILF are now doing their best to contain the situation in Maguindanao, especially in the SPMS Max.
Do you agree with the extension?
Yes, I agree.
There had been recent clashes between the Moro Islamic Liberation Front and the Bangsamoro Islamic Freedom Fighters in Maguindanao. The BIFF has pledged its allegiance to ISIS, similar to the Maute group. Galvez says government forces and the MILF are doing its best to contain BIFF forces from spreading out.
So ang ginagawa po ng MILF, they are containing it. And we are so happy that despite their huge casualties, both the BIFF and the MILF, they are trying their best to help it out na makuha yun.
Military officials in Buldon, however, report no spillover of violence and presence or sightings of BIFF or Maute members there. Speaking to CNN Philippines, the 37th Infantry Battalion says their conclusion is based on intelligence gathering efforts.
Dito sa area ng Buldon, walang terror group na nandirito maliban sa dati na mayroong sinasabi silang mga member ng mga armed lawless group. Pero itong mga armed lawless group, pasulpot-sulpot ito dito sa Buldon, cause ito ng mga proliferation of lost firearms.
Still, the military is stepping up security efforts to make sure Buldon remains free of terrorists. In Marawi City, Rex Remitio, CNN Philippines.
We now speak to Buldon Mayor Abolais Manalao. Good evening, Mayor. Thanks for taking our call.
Good evening po.
Mayor, katatapos lang po ng peace and order meeting ninyo, kung saan dumalo rin ang mga barangay captain at MILF dahil dito sa sinasabing spillover of violence. Ano po ang napag-usapan ninyo?
Di po, na-confirm po natin sa ating mga barangay official na dito po sa bayan ng Buldon ay hindi pa po na pinitreat ng Maute at wala pong BIFF dito.
Mayroon po ba kayo o nagkaroon ba ng engkwentro ang mga armed group dyan sa Buldon?
Actually po, mula nung magkaroon ng martial law dito sa Mindanao, hindi po tayo nagkaroon ng incident dito sa pamamagitan ng terrorism dito sa bayan ng Buldon.
So pareho kayo ng sinasabi ni Colonel June Politod ng 37th IB na kausap namin siya kanina at sinasabi niya negative ang Maute sa Buldon and wala ring BIFF?
Opo, negative ang Maute at negative na rin po yung BIFF dito sa Buldon.
Ano po ang mga paghahanda ninyo para matiyak na hindi mapasok ng terorismo ang inyong lugar, Mayor?
pinapalakas natin yung campaign anti-terrorism. At saka maganda po yung samahan namin ng law enforcement dito in between Philippine Army and PNP at saka ng BLGU, mga barangay opisyal. Kaya po naaano namin na hindi magkaroon ng terrorist act dito sa bayan ng Buldon.
Mayor, kamusta po ang sitwasyon dyan? May takot ba ang mga residente?
Actually po, doon sa issue, hindi po kami natatakot dito. Kasi po, sa ngayon, payapa kami dito na namumuhay sa bayan ng Buldon.
Alright, maraming salamat sa inyong panahon, Buldon Mayor Abulais Manalao. A group of Maguindanao evacuees raises alarm over the possible spillover of violence in a town in Maguindanao. Amira Lidasan of the group Sandugo says they are against the continued implementation of martial rule in Marawi. She says the military arrested a number of their relatives and neighbors whom they have not heard from until now. The group will stage a protest on September 21st, the 45th anniversary of the declaration of martial law under former President Ferdinand Marcos.
Hindi na namin gusto na humaba pa ang martial law kasi para sa mga kapatid din yung Moro, lalo na sa mga kapatid nating Maranao, ibig sabihin more human rights violations to eh. Ibig sabihin maraming mga kapatid namin yung hindi makakabalik sa kanilang lugar, hindi magiging matiwasay ang pamumuhay.
Members of the police and military donate blood for their comrades wounded in Marawi. The bloodletting activity started this morning in Camp Aguinaldo. In a written message, Defense Secretary Delfin Lorenzana says the blood donors can be called heroes for saving lives.
May kasabihan nga tayo ang dugo ay buhay. Kung yung dugo ko ay mapupunta sa nangangailangan na madugsungan natin ang kanyang buhay at humaba pa dito sa mundong ibabaw, ay patuloy akong magdodonate.
Nalulungkot sa nangyayari. Kaya nga dito sa pagdodonate ng dugo, malaking tulong na rin sa kanila. Nakakailan sila. Kung hindi sa kanila, sa pamilya na rin nila.
Since the fighting broke out in Marawi in May, 142 military and police troops have been killed in action and 1,396 have been wounded as of last Thursday. The PNP cancels the assignment of Chief Inspector Jovi Espenido to the Iloilo Police Office. Western Visayas Police Director Cesar Binag confirms to CNN Philippines former Negros Oriental Police Director Henry Biñas was instead appointed Iloilo's new OIC.
May natanggap kasi kaming document from the national headquarters informing us that number one, the designation of the new city director or acting city director of Iloilo City. And he's Senior Superintendent Henry Piñas. Ako naman, ang statement ko, klaro naman, na we welcome yung Pro 6, we welcome yung assignment. Malaking maitutulong niya sa amin at lalo na yung experience.
The planned reassignment of Espenido drew controversy because of his previous posts in Albuera, Leyte and Ozami City, whose mayors linked to illegal drugs have been killed. Espenido was supposed to be transferred to Iloilo, where Jed Mabilog is mayor. Mabilog is included in President Duterte's list of narco politicians. Meantime, the Western Visayas Police expects a 20% drop in the region's drug supply following the death of Iloilo's most wanted drug personality. Richard Buang Prevendido and his son were gunned down in a police operation in Haro, Iloilo last night. Prevendido reportedly heads one of the two major drug groups in Iloilo. Police say they were serving a warrant of arrest when the shooting took place as Prevendido resisted arrest. Authorities are now checking 4 laptops and a computer recovered from his home for leads on his possible drug dealings and contacts. When the newsroom returns, a massive brush fire in Los Angeles forces hundreds of residents to flee their homes. While in Texas, volunteers are searching for pets and wildlife stranded in floods. We'll be back after a quick break. Keep it here on CNN Philippines. Good evening to our viewers on Facebook. I know marami sa inyo nag-send ng mga messages nila and continue sending your thoughts on our stories today, especially the top story. Medyo may conflicting reports from the West Mincom and the local authorities on the ground in Maguindanao regarding a supposed spillover of violence in the town of Buldon or municipality of Buldon in Maguindanao. We'll tell you more about that, and I will be reading some of your messages when I have the time. Now, I'd like to say hello to some of you watching us tonight. William Cartledge watching from Australia, Ogie Dandan from Cavite, Gina Garcia from Israel, Emeline Fujino from Japan, and Watene Hoana from the USA. Thank you for joining us tonight, and do stay with us until the end of the show. This is the newsroom on CNN Philippines. Welcome back. President Rodrigo Duterte takes a swipe at Senator Sonny Trillanes over allegations against his son. During a speech at the founding anniversary celebration of the Eastern Mindanao Command, the president dismissed the senator's accusations that his son, Davao City Vice Mayor Paulo Duterte, and son-in-law Mans Carpio are linked to smuggling and corruption in the Customs Bureau. Here's the president in his own words.
Kung may ebidensya, huwag niyong kay Trillanes kasi basura man talaga lahat yan. Ako yung example. Kita mo naman anong ginawa ng Inquirer pati ABS sa akin. Lahat ng basura tinapon nila. At that time, si Pulong, hindi pa presidente, kasali na doon. So, yan lang ang sabihin ko. That is my guarantee. Pagdating ng panahon na nakita ninyo ako, binubula ko kayo, you are free to advise me to step down.
President Duterte again dared critics to show proof that his son is corrupt. He adds a video or audio should back it up. Meantime, Malacanang says there is no need to invite the president's son and son-in-law to the Senate hearing on the 6 billion peso drug shipment in the Bureau of Customs. Customs broker Mark Taguba has cleared the two of any involvement in the shabu shipment controversy. Taguba says he has never testified, nor will he ever testify, that Davao City Vice Mayor Paulo Duterte and his brother-in-law Mans Carpio are involved in drugs and in the bribery system at the Customs Bureau. He adds Paulo Duterte and Carpio's names were merely mentioned by some members of the so-called Davao Group, which is allegedly involved in smuggling. But Senator Antonio Trillanes, who questioned Taguba in Thursday's Senate hearing, says no one forced him to name the two. In other news, Uber and Grab have agreed to expand their passengers' insurance coverage. Although there are no details yet, a commuter rights advocate tells us what he thinks should be the bare minimum. JC Gotinga with a story.
When you take an Uber or a Grab car, you are covered by insurance and you can claim money should the unfortunate happen. But not all insurance policies are equal, and therein lies the problem. The government requires insurance coverage for all passengers of public utility vehicles, except tricycles. The government's Enhanced Personal Passenger Accident Insurance Program identifies the benefits depending on what the victim suffers in a mishap. If the victim dies, it's 200,000 pesos. For permanent total disability, it's 100,000. There are specific amounts for each kind of injury. The maximum benefit for hospital treatment is 20,000 pesos. Upon getting their government franchises, public transport operators get covered by the Passenger Accident Management and Insurance Agency, or PAMI. PAMI provides the mandatory insurance coverage. The thing with Grab and Uber is that about half of their fleets are still without franchises and therefore not covered by PAMI. On Wednesday, they agreed to expand their insurance coverage for their passengers.
Both TNCs will come up with their respective insurance that is at par with what PAMI and SCCI are giving for the time being while we address the issues pending before the TWG.
Grab and Uber declined to grant interviews for this report as they are still working out the details of their expanded coverage. But attorney Ariel Inton, founder of Lawyers for Commuter Safety and Protection and former LTFRB board member, lays down what he thinks should be the bare minimum.
The amount may be the same, like 200,000 for death. But how about the no-fault indemnity clause? Kasi sa PAMI, kasalanan naman ng driver, they pay.
Grab's private insurance policy includes that no-fault indemnity clause. That means victim passengers may claim benefits regardless of whose fault the accident was. On the other hand, Uber's insurance policy does not have that clause. Inton hopes that whatever the two companies come up with, the benefits for passengers should exceed or at least match what the government already provides. JC Gotinga, CNN Philippines.
Cebu Pacific is adding more trips to some of its international routes. In anticipation of higher demand this holiday season, the budget carrier offers more flight options to and from Japan, Vietnam, and Indonesia starting October 1st. The additional flights are available until March 31st this year or next year. If you're looking for the best exclusive deals for your next out-of-town holiday, this story is for you. The country's largest travel expo kicked off yesterday, and Claire Yao gives us a peek.
Before doors opened at the Philippine Travel Mart, a long line of people already snaked outside the venue. Syra Galvez is first up. She's been here since 3 a.m. Doors don't open until 10.
For 3 years na kasi parang pinaplan namin talaga pumunta doon. And then ngayon lang sumakto na holiday, wala kaming pasok. Lagi kasi pag seat sale, Friday to Sunday, hindi kami nakakapila kasi yung work namin.
Galvez and her friends are dreaming of going to Batanes. But regular round-trip tickets can go as high as 15,000 pesos. She's hoping she can get a better deal here.
Nagtatry na rin kami ever since sa online pero mataas din kasi talaga yung rate nila.
Galvez is one of 60,000 people expected to attend the Philippine Travel Mart, the largest travel expo in the country. There are more than 300 booths here, from airlines to hotels and travel agencies. All of them trying to outdo each other with the lowest prices and the most freebies.
For example, Batanes being offered like a 1,500 pesos one way, whereas for the regular fare will be like 7,000. So Coron will be offering like 900 pesos one way. So iyon ang dahilan kung bakit nakapila ang mga tao.
And if you don't know where to go yet, this event will surely give you some ideas. Going around the expo is like going around the country. This booth takes you to Capiz with its shells and seafood. A few steps away, the antique houses of Quezon. And down the hall, Cagayan de Oro, the whitewater rafting capital of the Philippines.
And as of now, the most popular in the wish list or the bucket list would be like Batanes, Coron, Boracay is still there, and then you have Bohol, and then Siargao, because these are the destinations that for regular programs, it's quite expensive.
The Philippine Travel Mart is swamped with eager customers, and it's just day one. Some booths, especially the airlines, cut off the lines just an hour into the expo. The Philippine Travel Mart runs up to September 3 at the SMX Convention Center. Claire Yao, CNN Philippines.
Moving on to news overseas, a fire in Los Angeles forced hundreds to flee about 200 homes Friday night. The brush fire shut down an interstate highway. In just a few hours, the fire burned 2,000 acres in the La Tuna Canyon Park area of the Verdugo Mountains. Over 260 firefighters were working to put down the blaze. No homes were damaged and no injuries were reported as of today. Tech billionaire Michael Dell pledges $36 million to help disaster relief efforts in the wake of Hurricane Harvey. The The gift from the Michael and Susan Dale Foundation is the largest single contribution so far aimed at recovery efforts. It also gave $17 million to launch the Rebuild Texas Fund with a goal of raising more than $100 million for immediate relief efforts. The founder of Dell and his wife are both Texas natives. Other corporate giants are making contributions, including a $10 million donation by Verizon and a pledge from Walmart of up to $20 million. Donations to Harvey relief efforts have reached over $140 million. Volunteers are saving stranded pets in Texas. They walked, fed, and cleaned animal cages in the city of Katy. The rescued animals will be moved to nearby shelters or reunited with their owners. Katy isn't the only place where animals are being saved. Crews are also raising to help stranded animals in Brazoria County. New winners at the Carlos Palanca Awards. We tell you all about the big night later. And celebrity doctors Vicky Bello and Hayden Ko are saying I do in the City of Lights. This is Newsroom Weekend on CNN Philippines. Stay tuned. Hi to our viewers on Facebook. More stories coming up, especially the star-studded affair of the wedding in Paris of celebrity doctors Hayden Ko and Vicky Bello. Also, we have news on Lady Gaga, her history in the making concert at Fenway Park in Boston, and also new music coming out from Sam Smith. Now, I'd like to say hi to some of you watching us. Franz Mina joining us, watching us from Germany. Hello to you. Weiler Olares from Qatar, Jack Santiago from Michigan, Michael Roberts from Australia, Marietta Librando from Riyadh, and Janjan Ruwaya from Saudi Arabia. Also, I saw Erica Factor, one of our producers, watching us tonight. Hi, Erica, and my makeup artist, Jeff Bungkas. And thank you for joining us this evening. Do stay tuned until the end of the show. Do send us your thoughts also on the comment section on Facebook Live and tell us where you are watching from. The Newsroom's back with more stories. Lady Gaga makes history once again, becoming the first female act to headline a concert at the historic Fenway Park in Boston. The six-time Grammy winner posted on Twitter saying she is honored for such an opportunity. She adds both her Friday and Saturday night shows have been sold out. Sheryl Crow, Paula Abdul, and Bonnie Raitt have all performed at Fenway, but alongside male acts. Lady Gaga takes the stage at Fenway again Saturday night, Boston time. The long wait is over for fans of Grammy-winning singer Sam Smith. New music is coming soon. Smith confirmed this in a message to fans on Instagram. He thanked them for letting him rest the past year to write music so freely. He adds something is coming very soon and that he has poured his heart and soul into the new record. Based on the photograph he shared on Twitter, it looks like the new song will stream on Spotify September 8th. 51 emerging and veteran writers won the Carlos Palanca Memorial Award for Literature this year for their outstanding works in English, Filipino, and regional languages. Zian Arcangel tells us more.
It was a night of glitz and glamour as the Palanca Awards celebrated its 67th year with the winners and celebrities. The event's guest of honor, 16-time Palanca awardee Butch Dalisay, was conferred the Gawad Dangal ng Lahi, or the Lifetime Achievement Award. Dalisay was honored for his contributions to the literary scene, including stories, plays, essays, and biographies. One of the big winners this year was 33-year-old screenwriter Dustin Celestino, who won the first prize for his entries in the full-length play category in both English and Filipino. As a first-time Palanca awardee, Celestino says he was surprised to win the top prize twice.
I was hoping to win 1/3, and then I got a call na I won like 2. So it's very overwhelming, and I'm very grateful.
His entry, The Story of This Father, is a musical on extrajudicial killings.
Yung mga EJ case and stuff. So it really made a mark on my psyche. So I wanted to put it out there and what I thought what I could do about it.
University of the Philippines professor Rolando Tolentino, a judge in the Filipino category of the full-length play, says the entries of winners like Celestino stood out because of their fresh take on timely themes.
Ito yung innovativeness, which means that hindi pa ito nakita natin traditionally sa Philippine theater. At ikalawa din, ito din ang mga plays that talk about Filipino identity in very interesting ways na hindi pa rin explore very much in the history of our theater.
Celestino already has his eyes set on joining the Palanca next year. And to writers aspiring to improve their craft, he gives this advice.
I mean, if you're not rewriting, you're not writing, because it's all about revision. You may think that your first draft is good. I'm telling you now, you don't know how much better you can be unless you're revising.
Cian Arcangel, CNN Philippines.
Now, the wedding of celebrity doctors Vicky Bello and Hayden Ko is turning out to be a star-studded affair. The two are set to get married today in the City of Lights, Paris. This morning, Vicky shared this photograph at the welcome dinner party held last night at the Pavilion Sen. The caption reads, quote, "I think I'm telling Hayden I'm a little bit nervous, and he assured me everything will be fine. Today, we finally start another journey in our relationship." Their celebrity friends are also sharing photos on Instagram using the hashtag Eko and My Beloved. Jinky Pacquiao posted a photo with Vicky and Marian Rivera and daughter Zia, who's one of the Flower Girls. Singers Augie Alcacid and Regine Velasquez are there too. Their son Nate is the ring bearer. Tim Yap was the host of last night's dinner party. He also posted a video of Hayden and Vicky's daughter Scarlett Snow joining the fun and playing drums during the party. Scarlett is one of the Flower Girls. Also in Paris for the wedding are Kim Atienza, Lovie Poe, Derek Ramsey, and celebrity couples Jeneline Mercado and Dennis Trillo, and Lucy Torres and Richard Gomez. Hayden and Vicky's church wedding comes more than 2 months after they tied the knot in a civil wedding in June. Now, September is here, and for many Pinoys, this means the countdown to Christmas begins. Now, if you want to get a head start on holiday decorating, our senior correspondent Ina Andolong shows us how on a budget.
It is said that the Philippines has the longest Christmas season. Now that we're officially in the Burr months, as Christmas spirit is kicking in for many Filipinos. For those looking for Christmas items and decors to spruce up their homes, the Pitan here in Manila is a go-to. Let's look around.
Along this busy street, vendors begin selling Christmas items as early as July. From lanterns, all sorts of decors, and everything Santa, they have it. Most of the visitors are bargain hunters. Apart from serving early shoppers, the stalls also cater to wholesale buyers who resell the items in the provinces.
Kasi yung mga customer kasi namin ma'am sa probinsya, maaga sila naghahanap. Para po pagdating po siguro ng September, para yun, meron na rin silang items din sa kanila.
These Christmas balls go for as low as 30 pesos to 250 pesos per dozen. These decorative leaves, 150 pesos per dozen. Large artificial poinsettias for 250 pesos per dozen. These mini Capiz lanterns for 13 pesos per piece, and Capiz lanterns for 1,800 to 2,000 pesos a pop. If you're fond of Santa Claus, these hanging Santas are sold from 150 to 2,000 pesos each depending on the size. These tabletop Santas for 50 to 1,000 pesos. While there are items imported from China, many are proudly made in the Philippines. Some vendors proudly offer items which they say are also available in malls but at much higher prices.
Cherry blossom po, mas mahal po sa kanya. Siguro nasa 8,000 po yun sa kanila, 15,000. Sa amin, mura lang mo rito.
Magkano dito?
Ang pinakamataas na price po, 5,000 lang po.
Vendors urge shoppers to come early to avoid a price surge in the coming months. They say crowds peak in mid-October. We chance upon Joji Santos doing a little shopping.
Para makuha ko yung mga gusto ko kasi pagka malapit na mag-Christmas, marami ng tao talaga dito. Talagang maraming tao. Kaya na-experience ko yan. Last year, maraming tao. Na-late kami ng pamimili. Ang daming tao. Agawan.
The Christmas season comes early for Filipinos, and many are beginning early as well to decorate their homes, perhaps in the spirit of Thanksgiving for the remaining months of the year. Ina Andolong, CNN Philippines.
That's what's happening in the newsroom this Saturday.